Greetings everyone, it's been a little while. I haven't posted a video in just about 2 months, which is pretty absurd. Even as far as hiatuses go, that's a bit much for me. I wanted to explain myself before showing my newest review here, and I wanted to just say that I've been gone. I was traveling in Japan throughout all of February, and the past 2 weeks since I've returned, I've been just scrambling to get myself back together. So rest assured that videos are on the way. The Persona 2 review is coming up right next, and enjoy this Digimon Cyber Sleuth review I did for RPG site. With all that said, I'll catch you guys next time with the Persona review.
Don't get in my way! You can just play with
The Digimon series began life in 1997 as a series of virtual pet toys, not unlike Tamagotchi, and quickly expanded to a multimedia franchise, including the popular anime series and various video games, many of which have yet to see a release outside of Japan. But luckily, due to the large outcry of Western fans, the latest in Bandai Namco's lineup of Digimon games has finally seen a North American release. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth came out a few weeks ago on February 2nd, 2016 on the PlayStation 4 and Vita. This particular review will cover the PlayStation 4 version. Seemingly unconnected to other media within the Digimon universe, Cyber Sleuth is set in a futuristic Tokyo, which has seen the latest in digital technology with the release of Eden, a digital utopia that presents a cyberspace that its users can visit. In one of Eden's chat rooms, the silent protagonist and two others are gifted the ability to capture programs called Digimon. Upon meeting their first Digimon, our group of heroes encounters entities known as Eaters, which absorb information from all things digital, including humans logged into Eden and Digimon alike. After a run-in with an Eater, the silent lead acquires a half-cyber, half-physical body that allows him or her to travel between the digital world of Eden and the real world, which attracts the attention of a mysterious detective named Kyoko Kurimi. After their first meeting, the protagonist begins work as her apprentice cyber sleuth to uncover the mystery behind the emergence of Digimon and Eaters in Eden. As the full title of the game suggests, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth is a narrative-focused game. Thankfully, this story is worth seeing to its conclusion, and easily one of the best aspects of the entire game. You could likely tell by the character designs, but Cyber Sleuth isn't targeting a young audience. It is directly appealing to older fans and those who experienced Digimon growing up but haven't been invested in the series since. Aside from a few grammatical errors and bizarre instances of being referred to by the wrong sex, I don't have many issues with the story, with the exception of having a silent lead. I find this particularly distracting as the narrative is largely character focused, placing a big emphasis on character development, and all of the lead characters go through some fairly engaging character arcs, with the exception of the main character. Because of their inability to speak and engage in character development, the protagonist kind of just ends up feeling like they're tagging along for the ride the rest of the cast throughout the story. I also felt that the first 10 chapters of the game were almost too slowly paced, but after chapter 10, the story really fires on all cylinders and kept me fully engaged to the conclusion. You don't need to be a fan of Digimon to enjoy or follow this narrative either, as the story stands on its own and doesn't require any prior knowledge of the Digimon franchise, although existing fans are sure to be the ones who will enjoy this title to its fullest. During the anime series' run in North America back in the late 90s and early 2000s, it was always compared to Pokemon since they both contain Mon in the title, and before anyone thinks to draw comparisons between this particular game to the Pokemon series, I'll state it now. This game plays nothing like Pokemon, aside from the aspect of collecting various monsters. If anything, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth plays very similar to many Shin Megami Tensei titles. In battles, you'll use 3 Digimon at a time, with the ability to rotate monsters in and out of your party. Like many monster gathering games, battles rely on exploiting the weaknesses of the enemy's team, with various elemental affinities and Digimon types being effective against one another. As such, you'll want to keep a varied group of Digimon with you at all times, as weaknesses play the biggest determining role in all battles. Although, this won't prove to be much of an issue, as battles on the normal difficulty are simply far too easy. The auto battle feature can easily get you through most encounters and boss battles throughout the game. Playing the game on the hard difficulty doesn't necessarily make battles more difficult, as it seemingly only increases the health of enemies, making battles take longer rather than prove more challenging, with the sole exception of the Eater battles, in which they nearly replenish their full health by using health absorbing attacks. Part of this difficulty issue is that most random encounters merely contain rookie and champion level Digimon, which is a trend throughout the game until the last few chapters of the story. I believe this is done due to how you acquire new Digimon based on how many times you encounter the same Digimon in the wild. Once you fully scan a Digimon by seeing them enough times in any encounter, You are able to return to the Digilab and convert your scan into a copy of said Digimon. Speaking of which, you may find yourself spending a fair amount of time in the Digilab, as this facility will be where you heal, digivolve, or devolve your Digimon, and send spare Digimon to farm islands. The evolution of Digimon is no linear process. Each Digimon can evolve or devolve to various Digimon if certain stats or item requirements are met. Whenever you digivolve or devolve your Digimon, they become level 1 once again, but they can have increased stats, level caps, and can even keep their existing move pool. For most of my adventure, I enjoyed the entire evolution process, but came to despise one aspect of it, the API stat, which serves no purpose aside from being a stat requirement for various ultimate and mega level Digimon. The problem being that there's only but one method to increase API, digivolving or devolving your Digimon with seemingly random increases. There were a few instances in which I would raise a Digimon, and in order to enable a particular evolution I wanted, I would have to grind devolving and digivolving said Digimon until its API stat was at a high enough level. This process is not all that fun, and left me desiring a means to preview the stat requirements for all forms and evolutions of a Digimon at once in order to best plan an efficient means of raising their stats accordingly. Aside from leveling up, there are other means of increasing a Digimon's stats, which involve using the aforementioned farm islands. Farm islands are essentially the storage space for Digimon not currently in your party. An island can hold up to 10 Digimon, and while inhabiting an island, they can be assigned to develop items and accessories, find new side quests, or train. The train option will slowly generate experience for all Digimon on the island, but as certain items are placed on the island, you can prioritize certain stat increases. Additionally, while on an island, you can feed your Digimon food to increase various stats, although many of the food items are incredibly limited, as they are usually given as side quest rewards or found in dungeons. Speaking of side quest, as an assistant cyber sleuth, you can take on various cases, which range from tedious fetch quests, simple investigations, and some dungeon crawling. Many of the side quests are fairly uninteresting, but there are a few cases that involve some humorous dialogue and contain their own short stories that make them somewhat worthwhile to go through. While the overall gameplay of Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth ends up feeling pretty standard, the monster raising aspect of the game helps set it apart from other monster collecting RPGs. There's also a New Game Plus feature for any completionists out there looking to obtain the game's 240 available Digimon, which consist of many popular Digimon from the earlier anime series, which definitely provide myself with a grand sense of nostalgia. Ultimately, Cyber Sleuth is easily the best playing Digimon game the West has possibly ever seen. In terms of presentation, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth looks fantastic. The character designs by Suzuhito Yasuda are great, if a bit ridiculous at times, but overall I thought his style was a good fit for the Digimon universe. The PlayStation 4 version naturally supports higher resolutions, improved textures, and faster loading times over the Vita version, but the game's stylistic visuals look excellent and run well on both platforms. The game's soundtrack is also quite good for the most part, with some great background music and powerful boss tracks, although I did feel the game's main battle theme was fairly boring and uninteresting to listen to, which is a shame as it plays for most encounters throughout the game. Cyber Sleuth only has the original Japanese voice acting, which is sure to please many fans, but I felt this was a missed opportunity to bring in some of the original English voice actors to really drive in the nostalgia factor home. Overall, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth is an easy recommendation to those who watched the anime back in the day and those who have kept up with the series. Those less familiar with Digimon may want to wait for a price drop, as much of the game is fairly standard fare for RPG fans. That's all for now. For the latest in news, playthroughs, reviews, and other RPG related videos, be sure to subscribe by clicking the button below. Thanks for watching.